Hey guys, Cosmos here from Server 2 Europe AG, and we're gonna be doing a Nirvana Nightmare run. I'm just gonna make sure I got everything I need the way I need it. So gonna go with brutality and also my 73 self. We got here Lonk at 122, Tara 124, and Thakor at 123ish. So everybody above 120,000 battle rating. So it should be a good and fun run. So I use my weaker self to level it up. I already have a whole bunch of level 80 selves, but this one is my last one. After this one, then I will just lose whatever experience. But I just hate the idea of doing something and not getting the benefit of it. So that's why I'm leveling it up, and one day if I get one of the cashier sylphs on my knight here, then I will be able to quickly level it up to a much higher level using my two white sylphs, which are one Iris is level 80 already, and this one, this guy is level 73. So if ever I get Apollo or Hades or something like that, I will level them up instantly. Let's say. So that's the logic to it, unless there will be something better in the future to do with them. But for now, it is what it is. So in Nirvana here, the first part of it until the first mini boss, we're just it's not so hard, just cleaning off the mobs. And I'm using the white sylph for that. Also for the also for the boss, first boss only, I will use the white sylph. But I change it for the second, or from the second one onwards, because then you want to get it faster done, and also you want more damage output. This one is, we're now all trying to collect the Daru reward, but getting the fight. And it's nice to get Daru more now. Before we used to like getting Daru because of Daru. Now we like getting Daru because it's just fast. See, receive 50,000 Daru, which is nice, and you don't have to fight, so that's good. Now somebody started off the boss fight really fast. That was surprising. And yeah, we should be okay for the first mini boss. Yep. Let's hopefully not die in the beginning, but there's a restoration coming up. So we got two mages, which means healing is gonna be okay. But what's not gonna be okay is because we got one archer, then we will not be able to have permanent deep freeze. So and that's where it's very dangerous actually. For forces dungeons, two archers is much easier usually, because they can do incendiary. Sorry, not incendiary. Yeah, it is incendiary, and they can do deep freeze, and they can do scatter, all like on top of each other, and you don't miss at all. And with two mages, you got the healing set, which is good. But what happens is you get into kind of a routine in hitting the boss at a certain speed, and then you see, okay, he's hitting you at this speed, and he hurts you. And the mages are kind of getting into this routine of healing, and they figure, okay, I healed him a couple of turns, he'll be alright, then I'll heal him again. But what happens is, then you see here you got the deep freeze icon. So the deep freeze is going to run out in 2 turns, and in 2 turns when it runs out, mages don't really feel it like that, and all of a sudden the boss becomes faster. And a lot of people die just because of that, because one archer cannot keep deep freeze on all the time. So now the deep freeze is off, and the boss is gonna hit faster than all the previous 3-4 rounds. and if the mages are kind of semi-asleep or semi-asleep, depending on the hour of the day or depending how good your mage is, they might mess up this at that point on a lot of bosses, and you can lose. We're doing alright, and I got my talent on, which is cool. I love this talent, plus 21% damage. It's always great to have it. Just gotta smash through this boss. Right now we've done Nirvana a lot, so we kind of know what we're doing, so we don't talk as much as well. But that's also depending on the day and depending on the mood as well. Sometimes there's too much talking, and then people mess up things. Other times, like now, for example, there's not too much talking and everybody is just doing their job, kind of, even without thinking, which is the best way. You know, it's like kung fu. It means like hard work. If you do something like a million times, then your body knows how to do it without you thinking. So that's kind of like Wartune. If you grind something enough times, you just do it. You don't even think of like, okay, what should I press or whatever. And then you come to a certain strength where you don't mind making mistakes, because they can't kill you anyways. So we're not there yet, but we are better and better. So now I got 2 level 80 rings. Fully up, not one is fully upgraded, one is getting there. It's costing like now 5.5 million to make 1 enchant level, which is still cheap until I get it to the end. The last levels are a major pain. But with these 2 rings, now my health is also pretty good. I think I'm above 130,000. Which is something I didn't have before, and that's why I went for the rings. Also because rings were actually my weak part, I was still using level 60 rings. So I made a jump from 60 to 80, which is a very big jump, and got myself a whole bunch of health. So my first runs in Nirvana, if you saw my first videos, I had like just a bit more than 100,000 health, which was why I had such a hard time tanking it. Now I have no problem tanking it if you got a good team, because with around 130,000 health, I think more than 120 is okay, because what you want to make sure is that when the final boss hits you for 100,000, then after that you want to make sure that if your mage is asleep, that you can take another hit at least. So, and he'll hit you like 10-20,000, something like that. So that's why that health is important. So for the first boss, you see, I didn't go Sylph mode. Everybody did, but I didn't, because I'm with my white Gaia, and actually I'm hitting quite well with my regular attacks. But it's okay, I only do this for the first boss, and only until the guy becomes level 80, which will not take too long. Already 73. But yeah, the last levels are of course the hardest. Alright, I actually didn't even get to Pandora. All stats booster, awesome. So I have 118,000 health, or 119 with my white Gaia. And the moment I switch to my regular one, then you'll see my health will shoot up. And I'll do that after two mob fights. So I'm gonna get the VIP chest. So on this account, after I got to level 80, after I did half of the talents or something, I got so busy with all the work I'm doing with Wartune and other games and my own work, that I said, okay, for this account I'm buying VIP and Spirit Covenant to save me time. So that's why I have it. But otherwise I don't buy anything with this account, so I still consider myself a non-payer. I'm not using the word non-casher because some people have problems with that. But anyways, back to Nirvana. And by the way, one step back on paying for stuff. If you got a job where you for example earn money per hour, you're probably better off working 1 hour extra and buying whatever you need in Wartune rather than playing 1 hour in a Wartune dungeon or something like that. Alright, now look, I'm switching to my regular Gaia. And my bell rating of course shoots up, but also my health now you see at 133. That's because the Sylph's health is added to yours. So we're ready. I got a question on Skype, I'm just gonna answer. Alright, so that's answered. Let's get going. I'm being bombarded by Skype. It's alright. I can handle it. One quick answer. Alright, let's get the Delphic through, and I missed where I was. Lonk is lagging, so I can't do a Sylph activation at the right time because I don't know what's the right time because I was looking at Skype. Alright. And with Sylph you want to activate it of course when his resistances are low against the Sylph type that you have. I don't know what's the next turn, so I'm just waiting to see. Come on, show us, or show me at least. You guys probably saw it, I wasn't looking. Alright, I'll put a polo. Actually, I cancel that because the electro resistance down is right now. So I want to dish out my damage and I can do a polo later. So a lot more damage is being dished out with the resistances down. Now the resistances are up, and I was a little bit slow. I should have already cancelled this Sylph on the previous one, but it's okay. It'll be alright. Gonna set a follow. And it's almost done with this boss. 1.5 life left. Alright. To type something else on the other screen. I don't know why it grays out when you switch to the other monitor. That's a bit weird. I never understood that in the game. Now with dungeons, I usually use brutality and healing. I don't see too much point of putting bleeding on these bosses, because they have so much health. Bleeding is just like the entire effect of bleeding is like one attack. So I prefer to have brutality for dungeons and such. And healing, of course. Now the polar shield is not really necessary. It's just also a part of kind of habit on my side to keep putting it. It's like when you're in the no thinking zone, you know. Let's go Sylph and finish him off. I didn't use the Sylph too much. Could have used my Sylph at least 3 times in this fight. But yeah, I got a little bit busy on Skype as well, so that prevented it. So we'll do it 2 times. Now right after this boss, I'm gonna switch back to my white Sylph to kill off the mobs before the final boss. You know, to get the experience for the white Sylph. If you also have more than one Sylph, this is how you can do. Switch them around. Use your strong one during the tough fights, and then switch back for the mobs to the weaker one. Now the reason we're saying ready before the portal is because sometimes people are lagging and they don't pick up the chest. And if 3 people go to the portal and the 4th one hasn't taken the chest, that will be really unfortunate. So it's just respect to your guild mates or your teammates, you know, just to say, look, you know, I got the chest, I'm ready to go to the next level. So it's just a quick, and before people used to say ready, but then now everybody is saying plus, because the plus, or if you're using you know, standard keyboard, you have the plus and the enter on the right side, so it's way faster than saying ready. So that's why you see a lot more people saying plus. And then you get lazy also over time, you know, typing the whole word ready and then switching to 3 letters, you know, RDY, and then even that is too much work, you know. So you need it like shorter, so we switch to plus. I don't know, maybe if there's something shorter in the future. Alright, so this is the last mob here. I almost have the Sylph ready. I can activate for some area damage. And it doesn't matter that I lose the energy, because I'm gonna switch the Sylph to my main one. And when you switch, you start from 0 regardless. So I use it for like area attack in this case. Alright, switching to the main one. And also, just to make our lives easier, I usually grab my endurance potion because I have a lot of them. And before I used to also take a health scroll. Now I don't bother with the health scroll, but I do take the endurance potion. Not because we need it, but just to make it a little bit easier. So I have 135,000 health now. And that should be... I also tell it to my party usually, so that they can also feel relaxed. So there is not a major kind of sense of urgency. And here we got our friends, the last boss, Mr. Thakor. Now on his first life, it's not that much necessary to put Apollo's shield, although I put it now, but I should try not to do it because it's much more important on his first life to you know, to kill him off, because this is a boss with a kind of a timer, and if you don't kill him fast enough, he'll get angry, and then bad things happen. So you don't want him to get angry, you want to kill him off fast. So if you have a party which is a bit weaker than our party, make sure that you got the good damage output. This is especially important if you have 2 mages. If you have 2 archers, usually the damage output is okay, you know, not to worry about. But if you have 2 mages, this can be a problem, because mages are also hardwired for healing, so they can be doing too much of Santoria and Restoration and Blessed Light and whatnot, and maybe they'll go to Iris and start doing the Iris healing. So all that is kind of very dangerous, because you need damage. Alright, we're gonna do Brutality activation with Sylph, and I hope I can get at least 2 attacks, which is the 2 strong attacks. I just might before the resistances disappear. Yep, awesome. That's only because of the deep freeze that I could almost kind of double attack him, which was good. Got really good damage on him. And now it's time to cancel it, because now the Electro is up. Now also my attacks are kind of Electro attacks, even though I'm not in Sylph mode. And the fact that he has increased resistance against Electro actually also means that my regular attacks are gonna be weaker. The easiest to see that is when you do like a Delphic as a knight, this one, or the enhanced Delphic. You will see, for example, when the resistances are lowered for the element that you are, then also the Delphics will do considerably more damage. Likewise, if the resistances are increased, the Delphics will do some stupidly low damage. And then originally I was getting surprised at what's going on, but then I understood it is to do with the resistances and the quantity, of course, of the resistance that gets switched on at the time. Alright, this is his last life. We need to finish him off before he gets angry. Unfortunately, no crit on Gaia. Now, if you're not that good at doing correct timings with Sylph activations, you can also continue doing your attacks as long as he doesn't have that increased resistance. And what you want to do as a tank during the increased resistance is to put up a Apollo shield, you know, a Goran shield, to do stuff that does not require much damage. You know, if you want to put a bleeding rune, that's a good time to put a bleeding rune. For mages also, if you are in the period where you are doing low damage, you know, do your healings at that time. Alright, so now what's gonna happen is he's gonna hit me. I'm gonna put the Apollo shield, and now he's gonna hit me one more, and I'm gonna put the regular shield, and then he's gonna hit the 100,000, which is gonna be reduced, of course, because of the Apollo shield. It'll be like 70 some thousand. There, 76,119. So, and I'm at comfortable 67,000 life. And I can go to Sylph mode, no problem. So we're doing really good. And right after the resistances finish, I will already go to Sylph mode. Because it's already okay to do your damage as long as it doesn't have the increased resistances against your element. So I think it's almost maybe one more turn and those resistances will go off. Yep, there they go. I'm going to do brutality, but I'm actually not going to use my strongest skills with the brutality. And there it is. I wanted to get a little bit of unstable voltage build up, so this, you see I have 2, and that was a hit with brutality and a little bit of unstable voltage, so each one is giving 5% additional damage. So now, even though I don't have brutality, I still did a really good Delphic because I have 15% from the unstable voltage. So the moment that your element resistance increase disappears, you can already go in and start building up your unstable voltage. So I was talking and I forgot about that second 100,000 attack. There can be I think 3 100,000 attacks, and if you continue further, you'll piss him off and he will kill you. But usually with good teams we finish killing him after only 2 of the 100,000 attacks. So again, now you see the electro resist is up, so I'm not going, and it's 1 turn left. So right after this ultimate slasher, I convert already, and now we will finish him off hopefully before the next 100,000 attack comes. So now my unstable voltage is building up. Again, two are built up already. So my flash storm is going to hit, and 1 more. So my flash storm is going to hit with 15%, and my Delphic will probably hit with 20% if he gets 1 more attack out. Yep, there it is. And now 20% damage increase from unstable voltage. Unfortunately, no crit, otherwise he would have been dead. But otherwise, a really good run. There is that third 100,000. We almost, if I had done crit, we wouldn't have seen that. But actually I'm happy that we saw it, because it's good for the video. And for the sequence of the final boss attack, I have a blog post on my blog. You can go and see his exact attack sequence. So there'll be like no surprises at all for you during fighting with him, you know, during the fight. So if you want to see that, go check it out. And again, I switch back to the regular Sylph before I pick up the quest. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do click on like and subscribe below the video. It also helps a lot if you guys share on Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, or anything else that you're using. And please do visit dollygames.com. This is my new centralized gaming portal. I got all my blogs linked from there, and it'll grow over time. So you know, bookmark it and visit it. It's a short, easy to remember name. dollygames.com. I'll also put it in the description of the video. So that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching and have a very nice day.